Okay, welcome back to the Normal Podcast, Episode 7. I'm joined by my roommate, McDewey, the boy from the mukbang, KFC Watermelon.
Back at it again, man.
So, we wrote down some topics this time because last time we did this, we didn't really talk about much. Plus, we didn't know each other, so it was a little bit awkward. Okay, so the first thing I wrote down was difference in humor. Like, the way that people find, each person has their own, like, type of humor that they find interesting. Because, like, for example, like, when I go, like, to school or something like that, like, and, like, you talk to, like, a bunch of different people, each person has, like, their own, like, humor that they respond to. Like, my humor is very dry humor, so, like, I like being blunt. I like telling people, like, boy, you ugly, or some shit like that. But then, like, other people, they find that, like, really rude, and, I don't know, they hate that.
Yeah, I really feel like, for me, it's the dark humor. I'm very dark with my humor, and I run into problems at my workplace sometimes.
Like here?
Yeah.
Really?
So, basically, we were in this Italian restaurant, and my coworker's alarm goes off, and we were talking about how we always associate the alarm with responsibilities and stress.
Yeah.
And that's why we hate the alarm sound.
Yeah.
So I throw a joke out there that you cannot kill your iPhone, but you can kill your rooster. So if your rooster wakes you up, you can butcher it. And they literally asked me, do I smoke weed?
What?
Apparently nobody laughs at that joke.
Yeah, that's like, I'm surprised. I imagine Dutch people, like, were you with Dutch people?
They were all Dutch.
I don't know. Like, Dutch people are always serious. Like, this is one thing I've noticed, is that I always get into arguments with Dutch girls. Like, for some reason, how I act, Dutch girls hate it. They absolutely hate it. Because I'm not exactly sure why, but, like, for example, you know the birthday party with the guy dressed in, like, the unicorn that I invited you to, and that you and Kozman came, but then, like, left, like, an hour later, and we were start playing, like, music.
Yeah.
So, during that party, there's this Dutch girl, and part of my thing is, like, if someone does something, like, stupid, or, like, they say something towards me, I'm always just like, fuck you. Like, I just say that, but, like, jokingly. And so, she like, made fun of me, and I was, like, fine with it, but I was like, oh, fuck you. And then she was like, excuse me? I'm like, she's like, yeah, you don't say fuck you to me. And I'm like, I didn't mean anything by it. It was just, like, just the way I speak. She's like, yeah, but you show me respect. No one talks to me like that. And I'm just like, and then she got mad, and she wouldn't talk to me. She, like, stormed off. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Like, I'm just trying to, like, be somewhat funny. And then, like, I'm gonna admit, like, most of the jokes I make are fucking trash. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that's how jokes work, right? You make a joke, 50% of the time, no one gets it or understands it. And the other 50%, like, it's funny.
Yeah. And nobody likes jokes that everybody knows. That's how, for example, memes work.
Yeah.
If they get too saturated, they are considered dead.
Yeah, like the SpongeBob meme where, like, he's in a rooster position, and he's like mocking what you say.
Yeah.
It's like, that meme is fucking hilarious, except for the fact that, like, after 3 months, it just gets old. Like, no one wants, like, everyone's seen it already. Oh, I've seen that already. That's funny.
Yeah. I also ran to those kind of girls sometimes. Like, you cannot even say the word bitch around them in a joking way. They take it way too personally. And the most weirdest thing is, like, how are you so offended by the word? Like,
I don't know. I think they take it as, like, a form of, like, disrespect. But I don't get that, because it's like, I understand, but, like, it's, like, in the context that you use it, right? Like, if you were walking down the street and someone just turned to you and was like, fuck you, then you'd be like, what the fuck's that guy talking about?
Yeah.
But, like, if you're, like, talking and you're, like, making jokes and, like, you're, like, how do you say, like, you're jabbing at each other, like, you're making fun of each other, Then if you're like, fuck you, then you should probably know, like, it's just a fucking joke. Like, you don't mean anything by it.
If there's something I say the most is bruh. But
Yeah.
the second thing I say the most is fuck off.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I say fuck off a lot of times, and usually people get used to it pretty quickly. It's like IDOPS and the word cunt.
Yeah, no, I'm a cunt guy.
Yeah.
I love the word cunt. Like, I just say it, but it's like if you're around me for a good amount of time, I say cunt, and you just think, oh, that's just what he says. Like, it's not a...
Yeah.
You kind of get used to it. Like, you have, like, some people in my study who, like kankerflikker, which is, like, it's, like, a Dutch insult. But, like, all the international students, they say it all the time because it's, like, a joke to them. So everyone always just saying, like, telling each other, oh, you've been a kankerflikker, which is, like, it's like a cancer. I don't really know what flicker means, but like, they use that and they say it, but everyone knows it's a joke, so it's, like, not taken seriously. And because everyone uses it, it's not really an insult. It's more just, it's like a running joke.
Yeah. I feel like when curse words are with humor, it's not meant to offend, right?
No.
Since I knew this one Irish kickboxer, and I never met a person who cusses more than an Irish person. Like
fucking cunt. Well, that's more like
bloody hell, or like something like that. It's out of nowhere. And I wish we had such thick skins like in Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, the Irish also, like, they're weird people. All they do is drink and just cuss at each other. But, like, I'm not sure how it was in Finland, but, like, in America, everyone makes fun of each other. In the Netherlands, like, you're pretty direct when you make fun of somebody. Like, wait, hold up. Like, for example, we'll move on to the next topic because this kind of flows right in. Like, fat people. Like, no, like, seriously.
Bro, why do we always get so controversial? First is KFC mukbang with the black guy, and now we get going in fat people, man.
Well, okay, like, look, I'm fat, but I think other fat people are, like, over dramatic with, like, their shit. It's like, have you ever been, like, talking to, like, a fat chick, and, like, you're just thinking to yourself, God damn, you are fucking overweight.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, part of you just kind of wants to, like, I'm not sure about you, but I'm always the type of person who wants to just say something if I, like, notice it, even though that's pretty noticeable. It's just like, damn, bro, like, you need to get your shit together in a sense. It's like you have, like, people who, like, talk shit on other people. Like, for example, like, not that I don't talk shit on people, but if I do talk shit on people, like, first off, I know why I'm talking shit on that person. Second off, I know that there's a lot of shit that they can say about me that, like, they can roast me on. So it's like, if you give it, then you have to, like, be willing to get it. And, like, today, fat people, they can't take that shit.
Yeah. And then they just say this body shaming when, I mean, it's not. I feel like when you call someone out for being fat, it's not an insult. For me, if I got fat, I would appreciate it if somebody else said it, since my mom also was overweight, but now she got them better. And what she usually says that if I had people around me who were like, be healthy at any size and such, she would probably still be fat right now.
Yeah. Like, because, like, for example, not that San Diego isn't willing to call fat people, but, like, when I lived in Pennsylvania, like, people were willing to call you fat. But in San Diego, like, yeah, people call you fat, but not as much. It's like, it's not something you would expect. Like, most people would, like, roast you on, like, the clothes that you're wearing. Like, damn, you got ugly shoes, or your hair looks ugly as fuck, or some shit like that. But rarely do people ever, like, say straight to your face, like, damn, you're fat as fuck. Like, maybe behind your back. But otherwise than that, they won't say shit. Which, yeah, I don't know. That's also another thing. Like, this is a good question. Do you think bullying is a good thing or a bad thing. Like,
Mm.
like in the sense that like I wouldn't say like not bullying where like one person just continuously bashes another person, but like people just make fun of each other. Like just like people just roast you. Like for example, like your hair. Like if you just like you're sitting in your school and like people just start roasting you for your hair. And then like you go get a haircut. Not saying that your hair is bad, but it's like you know what I mean? Like people will roast you to like not to like offend you, but to just like point out shit that's like
Yeah, like locker room humor.
yeah,
Humor. Yeah. Back to the humor thing. It's just it's one of those things that you need to read the room. You
Yeah.
know? Like I usually like try the ice usually with my humor and I get there. For example here, it got very quick with the black jokes and Russia jokes and German jokes and such and because like right now we cannot get offended at anything here.
Well, yeah, no, because like Colesman, he just makes Nazi jokes and slavery jokes like right off the fuck, like just and I wasn't
We just do it to make you uncomfortable and test
yeah,
you,
because I'm a
man.
man. Like, dude, wait. He told you about the first time he described you to me, right? He was like, yeah, we got a new roommate. He's Finnish, and I was expecting this really white ass dude, like paler than me, like paler than Vital, bro, like paler than Vital. And then so he's like talking about you, and then he's like, oh, and by the way, he's black, and I'm like, I was just like, okay. And then Cosman looked at me. He's like, see, I knew you would react to that only because you're fucking American. That's the only reason you fucking would react to that. I'm like, I mean, dude, like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, that's how people, not that I like reacted in the bad, but it was just like, oh, I was like, oh, cool. But like, how do you like if for example, San Diego, you go there and you're black, you already have clout. Like you already have like a status above like a bunch of other people simply for the fact that you're black.
Bruh, really?
Yeah, dude. Like, if people listen to this and like from America and they deny it, they'd be fucking lying because it's so true. Like, I've been. This is such a good story. This one time, like during the summer before I came here, every single day we would go to this pool and we would like smoke, we would drink, like it was like our place we would hang out, right? And so, normally it's either Asians or blacks, right? Or Asians and whites. Just like that's like the ethnic group that's kind of there. However, this one time, this black dude showed up, and so like we were all like, I think we were like seven of us. We were just sitting in a circle, and some of us had been smoking at the time, and a couple other people were like drinking their first beer, and so we were just talking, and all of a sudden this black dude walks in, and like the conversation went from like everyone just like laughing really hard to like as soon as the black guy walks in, the whole room just went quiet. It was just like. And he sat down next to me, and I was just looking around the room. I'm like, so is anybody going to say something?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, this for some reason is so awkward. Like, there's no reason for this to be awkward. So I just turned to him like, yo, dude, what's up? He's like, hey, man, what's up? I'm like, what's your name? And like, I forgot his name, but I like try to make small talk with him and like other people because like the tension, bro, the fucking tension that I don't know why, but like that's how Americans are like. That's like their knee jerk reaction of just like a black dude walks in, everyone's just like, fuck. Like I wouldn't call it like racism, but like what's like a good word for it? Like prejudging. Like people just like they have such a like a stereotype in their head that like for some reason that's like how they react. Even if though they don't want to.
Oh, so they make like judgments before, getting in depth.
Not judgments, but like people feel less comfortable talking to like a black guy than like a white guy.
Oh, damn. I've always have this one person, at least one person at every party, that comes to apologize to me for some reason.
Really?
Or like they somehow apologize for not being racist.
What was it?
Even here, the red shirt guy.
Yeah, Carol,
Yeah.
fucking Carol, bro, dude. I couldn't watch that. I could not watch.
But it happens at every party. They're
Just-
like, they always come up to me. I'm not racist. I like black people. I like your hair. I like the style. I wish I was black. It's always a combination of these.
Yeah, but I know exactly. Like, okay, so you know Lewis, the guy you met.
Yeah.
He always says he's like, dude, I wish I had black skin. And I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know. I just like the skin that they have. And I'm like, but you don't say that about like anybody else. It's not like, damn, I wish I had like Asian hair or something like that. It's not like you ever say that. Like that's, I don't know. Like I find that weird. And Carol, dude, he made it so awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So awkward. Like he could not talk to you. Like he was literally stumbling over his words. Like he was shaking with nervousness. And then like he literally couldn't speak to you. Like when he was trying to talk to you, it was like he was tripping over his own words.
Yeah.
I could not watch that. What is your reaction to that? Like when you're in that situation, you can tell someone's like struggling to talk to you. Like what's like.
The thing is, nothing is awkward unless you make it to be. So at that moment, I tried to be as slick with it. Like I brought other people in the conversation because he was like in his own dimension at that point. And the thing is, I heard the same story so many white people's mouth.
Wait, what? Say
This story of I'm not racist. I wish I could be black. I like my black friends. And
yeah, but why?
I know one person from Africa. Like.
Yeah, but why? Why do people need to do that?
I don't know.
That's so weird. I'm not racist. Like people legit tell you that. Like there's like, dude, I'm not racist.
Yeah, man.
That must be weird. It's like telling someone. Well, actually, no, I couldn't compare it to anything like that. That's just. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would.
And the thing is, I never understood when people like are so proud of not being racist. When I feel like every day is harder to find racist people. Like I've only encountered the KKK once in my life.
You've encountered the KKK?
Yeah.
When and where?
4 weeks ago, called my dad's number.
What did they say?
Apparently, it's like recruitment. Like, first of all, they like make icebreaker. Like, have you heard of the KKK? And all that banter. But my father hung up, and he came to me and like, Mika, we need to make a,
Plan?
no, a police like a report. Like,
oh, like report it?
Yeah, but then I told him that we have freedom of speech laws and. It's not criminal activity unless they're killing black people. And myself, I couldn't care less since I was coming here anyway, so I'm fine. No KKK member is gonna catch me.
No, okay.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, I was gonna say something. What was it?
Fat people.
No, I was gonna say something else about it. Fuck it. Who cares? I forgot.
Yo, Cosmo said that last year, Netherlands have like a great amount of fat people, apparently.
Yeah, it's because like Dutch people are not. They're getting really lazy. Because like Dutch people, like they like living in their own bubble, like their own world, and like okay, they have like their family, but otherwise than that, they're not very social. I mean, they're like not nothing compared to like, for example, we go to like Spain or like South America or like America. Like there, it's a lot more social, but like Dutch people are very independent. So like, I don't know, we just eat a lot of fucking food because it's like that's all Dutch people really have to do is like smoke cigarettes, eat food, go to work, and drink, and smoke weed, depending on if you're.
Yeah.
Well, that's look at the other. Dreams, social media, and refugees. Do you want to go to dreams or social media?
Damn. They both can be interesting.
Social media.
Social media.
What's your take on social media? Like, what do you think? Like, is it good? Is it bad? What does it do to people? Like, should we continue using it or should we stop?
Well, how do I say it? I feel like social media has like, it's the new currency of status. Like before we had very expensive watches or rings and we dressed well, and before that it was cars, and before that it was like castles, like somehow how people like show their status and how rich they are, and like how much of a better person.
Yeah.
And it's now less of the money, but more of the how famous are you.
So it's like fake it until you make it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that.
But
in Finland, they call if you have like more than 1,000 followers on IG or like a lot of people know you, they just call you famey.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just people just flex like, hey, he's a famey or something, like he's a big deal, just because people know him. And the thing is, usually these people don't even earn that their fame. Like they're famous for nothing. Like.
Just like random shit.
Yeah.
Like, do most of the people that like get the, because like in San Diego, like most like normally guys have around 600 to about 1,200 followers. Like that's like if you're pretty popular, and then from about females are normally about 1,500 to about 2,000. Like that's like kind of like the normal rate. Like you have some people who like they'll get like 5K or 10K. Like 3,000 is probably like that's when you like know a lot of people.
Yeah.
But most of that is just people following people that they don't even know.
Yeah.
Like just random ass motherfuckers. But San Diego is also weird because like there was this one guy who what he does is he rides around in his BMW and then he pays girls to make out with him. He has that much money. Imagine that.
Damn.
And you know what's funny? What's even more funny about it? Girls do that shit. They're totally down to do that shit because it's like $60 for kissing a dude. Would you do it? I mean, I'm not sure if you would do it, but like most girls would just be like, fuck it.
Damn.
No, but like, how does it affect people? Like, do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Social media?
Yeah.
If you just don't count older people at all from this, is they couldn't care a fuck about social media really. But damn, that's a pretty complex question.
I mean, here, I can start if you want, because I like, so I think that social media, it's like there's a balance of it, but I think people now, like, the internet is new. Like, social media is like a new thing. Like, it's been around for not even a decade. Like, a decade. That's 10 years. Like, for a new, like, tool in human civilization, that's, like, no time. That's, like, a small blink. Like, a blink of the eye. So, I think that people don't know how to use it. Like, they don't know how to, like, for example, there were like, younger kids, like, that were, like, 6 or 7 years younger than me, and they had better iPhones. It's like, bro, when I was 6 or 7, I was outside playing fucking basketball.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're sitting inside on Instagram looking at big booty bitches twerk. You're looking at fucking rappers with, like, 10 cars that they don't even use.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I feel like kids need to like grow up faster now because of the social media. Because
Yeah.
that's all the shit like they consume. Damn.
I don't even I don't even think
I didn't have IG until I was 16.
I didn't have I had IG in 7th grade.
Yeah.
So I was what, 13?
I feel like that's the point when I say like I left my PC, I went to the real world. You know, I was just playing games up there, like Dota 2 and shit. And then I discovered, oh shit, they are girls. they are women.
The big titty bitches.
Yeah. Got to a bigger school, like, oh shit, I need to, step up my social game. And then I was really into IG. Like, I think the highest I got was 1,780. But then I just didn't give a fuck what I posted about. And that's the thing. People don't like change. And I got, I had 700 unfollowers, in 5 months.
So how many followers do you have now?
Maybe even under 900. I couldn't care less anymore.
Well, I mean, I think I have close to 400. But I only care, I use Instagram for news. I look at soccer news. That's pretty much all I use it for. Even when people post shit on Instagram, I'll look at the stories, but the actual pictures that people post, most of the time I won't like them. Because I'll look at them, I'll be like, oh, cool. And then I'll just keep on scrolling.
Yeah, that's a problem. I have a problem with, unfollowing people. Because they take it so personally. And I don't, keep social media to such a high degree as them. And have you ever had the conversation with a person who calls you out for unfollowing them?
No.
I've had. It's fucking weird.
That's petty as shit.
Yeah. And 2 months ago I had the thought purge that I unfollowed 500 thoughts.
The thought purge.
Yeah, man. I think it was No Nut November or something. I was dedicated as fuck.
The thought purge.
Yeah, man.
No, because I used to hang out with these two Vietnamese, and one of the Vietnamese, she was always on her phone. She was literally doing Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and then she had a bunch of these Asian social media apps that she was using. WhatsApp. I think she told me that she was running between 9 and 12 different social media apps at the same time. She spends more time keeping up her social media than I think about anything else.
Why?
Because it's a big deal apparently there. It's a big deal to have to be active on Instagram and stuff like that.
Have you seen the Black Mirror episode with the social media?
Which one? Is it the one where they grade you with stars?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's creepy.
Imagine if that was our future.
I would have 1 star. I know for a fact I would have 1 star. I wouldn't give enough of a shit about posting. I'd just be like, fuck it, I'd rather be poor than post this stupid shit.
Man, I couldn't keep up with the political correctness. And the thing is, they even I thought in the show, in the episode, you get even 1 star by association of if you have a shitty friend, they also fucking rate you low.
But okay, for example, if you okay, so you have to give, we'll give each roommate a star. We're gonna give him a star. So we'll do out of 5 stars. So if you could get Colsman a star, well, what star?
No. You mean their average, or I rate them?
You rate them.
Damn.
Because if that's the point.
I would probably give everyone else 5 star, but Vitalik's just to fuck with him.
See, I would be very like critical. Like I would never give fives. Like I would only ever give fours. And I feel like not because like I don't think anyone's. Well, actually no, because I think it's like okay, if you're saying someone's a 5-star, basically saying that they're a perfect human being, which is complete bullshit. Like if you meet someone and you think,
But it's social media. Nobody cares what's real anymore.
yeah, I guess, but like even like I take social media like when I go on social media, I don't think of it as like social media. I think of it as like you're in a big landscape of talking to people. Like for that's why for example I fucking hate texting. Not because like texting is bad, but like first off I suck at texting, but second off it's like when I say something, I'm never sure if the person takes what I said like into context. Or it's hard to give what you said context when you send a message. Because like if you send a message, that message can mean 20 different things. So and I try to message people like just like they're a regular fucking human being.
I think the camera shut off.
Really?
Yeah, I need to.
Okay. Well, anyways, this is the time to list all of our sponsors.
Do we have any?
No. We don't have any sponsors. I wish we did. Actually, there's one friend who said he could sponsor this.
Really?
Ruben, yeah. He has a clothing company that he's starting.
I mean,
I have to talk to him about it, but I think he'd be down for it. But
how much can you ask for?
he said that he would give me free clothes. Like he would pay, like I would have to film it and then I would have to wear the clothes. But I think that's like kind of weird. Okay, he kind of left the room. He's restarting something. Okay, I guess we'll take some time to talk about the podcast for a little bit. I know I do this almost every single episode, but so today's the 1st of April, and I recorded like a couple different podcasts, and I uploaded one which I recorded a week ago, and I did this because I want to make the uploading a little bit more consistent, like every 2, 3, or 4 days. So, yeah, I'm going to upload a lot more frequently. Also try to promote it a little bit more because I think the more consistent I am, then the more people will be interested. Because I think the last time I uploaded was literally 1 month ago. I uploaded 1 month ago. So, yeah, need to be a little bit more consistent with that. So, anyways, he's currently fixing the camera. Oh yeah, we're also whenever I do a podcast with him, he records it because he's do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, but no videos on it. Yeah, just footage, just for future.
How long do you think the
mukbang?
Yeah, because I know you said it's gonna take like there's a lot of audio or not audio footage.
Yeah.
How much longer are you gonna think it's gonna take you?
I can probably upload it even within the 24 hours, but I want to get my introduction video out of the way.
Yeah.
Like basic intro for my channel.
What are you gonna do for that?
I'm gonna just properly like ramble and finish first. No.
Alright. Yeah, no, because I'm actually supposed to be uploading like my podcast to YouTube, but I kind of haven't been doing that because it's easier for people to use it on SoundCloud because they can go on their phone while they listen to it on SoundCloud, and you can't do that on YouTube.
Yeah, unless you have the premium on YouTube.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it. That sucks.
Yeah, no, because I bought premium SoundCloud today because I wanted more upload time. I had to pay 100 euros for 1 year. Well, I didn't have to do that, but I did it because I want to continue with the podcast as long as I can. Because what am I at? I think this is episode 7. So seven podcasts is not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Are you gonna like make a podcast with every roommate or?
Like with Vital?
I mean, you'll probably get in an argument, but sure.
I don't know, dude. I would give Vital a 3.2. I'd give Kozman a 4.2. Because Vital's an unsocial cunt.
I think the averages will be like the opposite.
What do you mean?
I mean, if other people rate Vital, I think other people's perception is much higher than ours. I mean, we get to live with him, but you know.
Yeah, I know, but it's like for example, like I was walking with one of the people from my study, and we were drunk, and he's like, dude, you know, when most people talk to you, they don't like you, but when you get to know you, you're pretty cool. I think it's like the same thing with Vital. It's like Vital is like you don't talk to him much, but when you do, it's like it's not bad, but it's just like his overall behavior is kind of like it's sucky.
Yeah. Like we joke with him that he has working hours, that he does not want to be disturbed during his working hours.
This is him watching YouTube the whole time.
Just being fucking antisocial cunt.
See, how much longer do you have here? Because you're only here for a month.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
You have 2 weeks left?
2 weeks.
Because you leave on the 18th, right?
Yep.
So what are you doing when you leave? Are you going back to Finland?
I'm gonna go to Finland and start another internship in Finland in a supplement store.
Why do you guys do so many internships? Like, you're only 18 and you're already doing internships.
The thing with Finnish vocational schools is we need to have internships. So once we graduate, we have work experience and it's easier to be hired.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually you have problems when you are really young and trying to get a job. And then every corporate boss looks at your CV and you never worked in your life and they won't hire you just because of that fact.
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I came here because, for example, in America, when people graduate from college, like they're 22, they're like a couple $100,000 in debt, and then they can't get a job for the next 3 or 4 years, like in whatever they were studying, because there's just so many people that are trying to find a job, and not all of them have work experience. And like here, for example, like the last year and a half of my study is literally just internships and working. Like obviously I have to like do some school, but majority of my school is just working. So
Alright.
that's one of the reasons why I came here. But you do another internship, and then what do you plan on doing once you complete your study? What are you actually studying? I actually don't know that.
Business administration.
So what are you going to do with that?
I don't know. I'm just worried about my traditional test since I started with a double degree. So I go to 2 schools at the same time and...
You go to 2 schools at the same time? Dude.
So basically, before I graduate, I need to take like 4 like these really, really big tests. And I need to pass them. And I get a high grade too, and it's really stressful. Like, Finnish literature is giving me the hardest, like, troubles.
So what do you have to take tests on? Like just
Finnish, English, math, and social studies right now.
like history?
Not history, like society, how governments work, how the law, science works.
Stuff like that. What's like your favorite one? Like what do you find most interesting out of that?
About social studies.
Well, no, just like out of those 4 subjects, like what do you prefer? Math? You prefer English? You prefer social studies?
Of course, social studies. Like, I feel like it teaches a lot of things that usually, like, if you don't pick that subject, you will never learn about it. Like, for example, schools don't teach you how to pay taxes or how to invest money or how politics work.
Yeah.
Like, they don't actually give you the true wisdoms of life.
Yeah.
They just teach you how to be a good employee, but not to be a boss, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. Because like in America, we have to learn about the American government, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guarantee you, like, dude, even I forgot most of that shit. Like, normally, it's not that it's not. Well, first off, I can't vote in America, so it doesn't matter. But it's just like at that age, you don't really give a shit. Like, you don't like most people in America don't give a shit about studying how your local government is elected or something like that. Like, people care more about, like, I don't know, they care more about social media. They care more about like who they're fucking this weekend or some shit like that, which is understandable. But it's like at a certain like, it's one thing to just sit there and like look at a book and study the whole time, but it's also another thing to actually be interested in it. It's like a lot of people, yeah, they study, and obviously they're not all just completely like getting shit faced the whole time, but it's like majority of the people are just there. They read the books, then they drink, they take the test, and then they hope they pass. So.
Yeah. But damn, after school, I wish probably like if I have any career choice, I would like wanted to choose and get. It would be something with filmmaking or like making music, like some kind of creative field, even animation. Like
Can you draw?
Nah, but I just like to.
I mean, that's good enough.
Yeah. I wish YouTube will take off, or like even podcast.
Yeah, and that's kind of my creative outlet that I want to do, because I can talk a lot, but like also like talking to other people, like that's something that the podcast helps with. Is like, because like for example, we're doing this and it's like, yeah, it's not as fluid of a conversation as you would like normally have.
Yeah, this is nothing like.
Yeah, because it's like we have 2 cameras and a microphone in front of us, so it's like you kind of have like you have like a little feeling of just like you have to be like you have to act in a certain way. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like you can go like talking trash on someone or like, I mean, we could if we want to, like if we dislike someone.
Yeah, but I feel like we are talking like there was like a third party also with us.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we try to make the narrative as easily understandable. Like some people may don't know who Vitalik and Kosmin are, but they are roommates, and you know, we just make dicks on them. You know.
Yeah, so we just, and like that's also a thing I want to learn, because like I did it with Lewis today. He also found it terribly awkward. Just like with a microphone in front of you. And I told him, it was like, just, you got to act like act as if we're just having a regular conversation. Like if you're going to have a conversation with me, just pretend like it's just a regular, like nothing else is there. Because, but also because like it's hard because like we also study together. So when we don't want to like talk, like I don't want this podcast and turning into me talking trash about people like in the study or in my life. There's no point in doing that. I want to make it interesting. Like I want I want to talk about social media, fat people, shit like that. Just random topics that we can talk about and try to, kind of go in. So.
Yeah. So, about the fat people, I find it very interesting since you're also American, so you should know this, but apparently doctors are supposed to tell their patients that the moment the person steps on the scale and the computer says that this person's overweight, the doctors by law are supposed to tell them that they're overweight, but now they're too scared to say so.
I actually don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, it's realistic. If you're a doctor and your computer says, beep, 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 this fucking guy's fat. Like, tell him he's overweight so we won't be legally, responsible,
Yeah, but that's also another thing is like for example, one of the main reasons why, I'm not going to say that this is for fact, but one of the main reasons why things are so expensive in America for doctors and dentists especially, is because they have to wait. They need money in case someone sues them, because it's like you're a doctor and let's say you're doing something, you're giving your patient advice, and first off, doctors don't know everything. Doctors only know a small percentage of the human body, what it's capable of, what it can handle, all the diseases that exist in the world. So it's if they get something wrong, then you can sue them, and they have to defend themselves personally most of the time, depending on how much the hospital is willing to support them or something like that. But it's they have to defend themselves. They have to pay for that. So it's you've worked 8 years to become a doctor, or you've studied 8 years because you need a regular degree and then as well as a medical degree. So you need to both of that. Then you have to go find an internship and try to basically work your way up into actually becoming a doctor, which takes another another long period of time. So before you're actually making any money, you've already spent a solid 10 to 12 years of your life trying to get there. And then once you do make money, there's a high probability that some jackass is going to sue you because they don't understand the fact that doctors aren't always right. So then you have this, it's kind of this whole cycle. It's there aren't enough doctors. Then when there are doctors, people are ready to sue them. Doctors have to defend themselves. So it's a continuous cycle of just everyone looking at each other. It's all right, who the fuck is going to start this chain reaction of making a bunch of chaos because some idiot didn't is upset with how the doctor treats them. So it's if people call them overweight, it's I don't really know how you could sue a doctor for that. But I could understand why they'd be afraid, because you have so much PC culture in America, especially San Diego. San Diego is, not everyone is PC, but it's hard to find people that are they're willing to just say whatever the fuck they want. What about Finland? I imagine Finland's pretty PC.
Yeah, I think. But I don't think we have such a big of a fat culture. I mean, I need to maybe Google that statistic before I talk out of my ass, but I don't think it's that big of a problem.
No, I mean, dude, I think, was it 36% of Americans are obese? And I think it's another 60 are overweight. It's that's pretty fucking bad. That's pretty fucking bad. Because even the military has trouble getting people into the army because people are they're literally physically not capable of joining the army.
Yeah.
So if America were to go to war right now, low key we would not that we would be fucked, but we would have, it would take us longer to get ready to quote unquote position ourselves in the way that we'd want to, because we wouldn't have enough people according to some people in the army.
You're right. So, You know, when fitness scene has been like a bigger deal like every year, like with even with the social media, um, it also comes with a price with having like nobody wants to be fat, but there's like everybody wants to be like a thick booty fitness bitch, right?
Yeah.
And for us guys, who we have to look up to, like these fucking juiced up on steroids athletes.
Yeah, no, I agree, but like this kind of goes back to like the debate we had with Vital, where like girls don't really give a shit about like I mean, like, if they had to pick between a fit guy and like a really unfit guy, they're probably gonna pick the guy who is like fit. But like for example, like some people, like if you're rich or you're funny or you have some type of skill, then I imagine that you are
Phone's dead.
really
Yeah.
shit. Okay, well,
Wait.
but like for example, like guys don't have to worry so much about the. It just died.
Is this done?
Fine, at least you got your face gun.
Yeah, man.
No, but I don't like girls don't really give a shit about the body. Like I mean they give a shit, but not as much of a shit about like the body type of guys. Like if you're funny or you're rich, are they really gonna care? Or you're really smart or something, or you're really like if you have something that you're specifically good at, then I don't think you have a problem finding a girl. The girls are the opposite. Like they really only have their physicality. Like that's how guys.
So basically, women have more reasons to be losing weight.
Yeah, they do, and it's simple. It's like it's not like it's like an evolutionary thing, right? It's like guys are attracted to girls for their physicality. Like you're not gonna date a girl because she's. I mean, maybe, but like the chances of guys dating a girl for her being funny is very low. Like, would you rather date like a fucking 8 out of 10, or would you rather that's just? I mean, maybe she's not dumb, but she's just, she's not. Her personality isn't anything necessarily special, or would you like date the 6 out of 10 that's funny? I mean, that could be a bad example, but
I don't know. That's a bad example. I don't make my decisions like that.
no, okay, but like I'm not saying that it's so direct, but I'm saying like if you have like 1,000 people, like 1,000 girls and 1,000 guys, like the way that they start like matching up with each other, it's more like the guys that are more successful will get the girls that are more attractive. It's just how human nature works.
Yeah.
Because it's just like the most attractive women get the attention of all the guys. The only way that the girl, or the only way that guys get the attention of the girl is if they're successful in something. It can be literally anything, but that's how they normally work.
Yeah. A few years ago when I was, a Dumbo, I always questioned myself that why, like, we don't have just attractive people on Earth. Because if you have generations upon a generation of, like, just attractive people, like, fucking each other and not touching the ugly people, why aren't we right now all attractive?
Bro, have you seen our ancestors? Like how ugly they were? Have you seen them? No, I'm not talking like 100 or 200 years. I mean like Homo sapiens and shit like that, like the first kinds of people. Like if you look at them, they literally look like grunting. They're like cavemen. They're literally cavemen. They're kind of ugly as shit. So it's like over a long period of time, it's like, yeah, you get more attractive people, but then you also have ugly people who, like, there's ugly dudes. If an ugly dude is good at something, then the children that he has are going to be ugly. Well,
Were cavemen fat?
what?
Were cavemen fat?
I imagine some of them. I mean, it depends on like how you get food. Because like most of them would have to eat fish, and fish is low fat, so you don't get much. Like for example, chicken. If you just ate chicken, like you wouldn't get the proper fats that you would need. You have to go into something fattier because it's too lean. Like you would have to eat a shitload of chicken.
All right. Well,
So I don't think they were fat, but like some of them could be.
right. What's the most ridiculous pro-fat argument you have heard?
Pro fat.
Like body acceptance shit or any of that bullshit?
Like food tastes too good. No,
Damn.
I mean, yeah, no.
Healthy food also tastes good. So.
You know, like the SJW videos, like on YouTube and shit, like SJW gets destroyed and stuff like that. There was like this.
Ben Shapiro destroys.
Yeah. There was this one video I watched, and it was like this chick. She was debating this comedian, and she was like, "Why do you make fun of like fat chicks and stuff like that?" And the guy goes like, "Because it's funny. Like that's the point of comedy. You're supposed to make fun of things that aren't normal, or maybe that are normal but are stupid." And so like she was like, and then he goes like, "Well, why?" They like continue talking about like the subject, and then the guy goes like why do you think you're fat? Like why can't you lose weight? Like why is it so hard for you to like eat an apple and go to the gym? And so she goes is like, because food tastes too good. I can't stop eating. Food tastes too good. And he just goes like, yeah, an apple tastes good. And then she's like, yeah, but Doritos taste better. And it's just like, fuck, dude, like that's exactly why you're fucking fat. I like a whole spiel on this.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, there was like I was supposed to like go off on a rant about how fat people are just like lazy cunts and they're just playing the victims. Oh yeah, there it is. Fat people just play the victims. It's like you either accept that you're fat and you make fun of yourself, or you complain about it and play the victim. Or you lose weight. There's 3 options there.
Have you seen the most ideal body for men?
No.
It was this really funny thing for SG Jabu's guy.
Do you want to look it up?
Yeah, man.
Okay, here we go.
Just Google ideal female body for men that
Ideal
men like.
female body.
Wait, there's like one really ridiculous just put the SJW too, just to make sure.
This one?
Wait, just click it.
Some
Like it's one model on the beach. Oh, just Google picture search. I'll probably recognize her.
What the fuck?
Oh man, this weird shit.
Wait, ideal female body type for men. Here we go. Sorry guys, we're looking this shit up. This. I mean, that's ideal to be honest.
Yeah. Wait, bit down.
Can you like point out a body type that looks similar to it?
Like that.
That's the ideal body type that men like. I mean, guys like there are guys who like thick bitches, but I think that's like a little extreme.
Wait, I may have been maybe mentioned in a Steven Crowder video.
Steven Crowder.
Yeah, man. Can't believe me, a Finnish guy.
Wait,
watches.
Do you like Steven Crowder?
I love his undercover shit.
The fucking the one with the SJW where he like. Do you also know like Alex Jones? No, but he has like a video of where like he meets up with like these Antifa or was it Antifa, and they like they find that you click on the they like go undercover and they get like handed weapons to like hurt people. Have you seen that one?
Yeah. Apparently got like completely ignored by the the news sources.
Yeah, because he's more right wing. I personally I find
there she is. There she is.
I mean that's not bad.
She's considered plus size model.
Yeah, but she got big titties and she kind of thick. No, but like, I mean that's not bad. Like, okay, like you talk about the ideal. Like, what's your ideal? Like, do you have like a specific type? Like really skinny, like kind of thick.
The thing with me is not really the body weight. I have like a certain type, and like I from experience I can tell, and I call them the vampire girls. They have really white. They always have dark hair, really white skin, always wear black, and have a really dark sense of humor. Cosme says they're big titty goth girlfriends. Yeah.
Why? Do you know why?
I don't know. Like this one day, I just saw my Snapchat, like who been talking with me, and like once I opened all those messages, I just realized they all look familiar. Like
they all just kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Damn,
like,
dude.
I just realized. Oh, I have a certain type.
I don't really have a certain type. Like I really don't. I think for me, as long as they have some meat on them. Like as long as they're not like bone skinny, you know what I mean? Like some guys like they like really like petite, really skinny girls.
Be tall.
Yeah, he's really into that.
Yeah, man.
Fucking Ukrainian shit.
Yeah, I can't understand be tall.
Dude, I walked into his room like a couple of weeks ago. He's like, dude, the women in the Netherlands are ugly as shit. Like in Ukraine, we have some hot bitches. And I'm just like,
did Vital say that?
Yeah, no, he actually said that.
I like to think that Dutch women are kind of attractive. This is basically broad shoulders, very tall, and
they're a hit or miss. Bro, this conversation's fucked up. Sorry, what? Yeah. What were you saying? I ignore what I said.
I mean, I feel like Dutch girls are attractive. Really feel like that.
No, I think Dutch girls are attractive.
Yeah.
But I think they're also like some of them, like, because a lot of them are really tall. And
big legs.
No, but it's like some of them are just too tall.
For your ego or just too tall?
No, I mean like I would find it weird to be with a girl who's just taller than me. Like okay, if she was like the same height or like maybe a little bit taller than me, it wouldn't bother me as much. But like someone much taller than me, that would bother me. I don't know why, but I feel like it would. Like I still kind of you still kind of want them like short, you know? Like you still kind of want to feel like you're the dude and she's the girl. Like there's, you know what I mean? I've like, because like most girls are like, they're like, oh, if you're not 6'1", then I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Oh, fuck, man. Let's back to the fat thing here.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is gonna be hella controversial, but the thing is, why do women get to ask how tall we are, but we cannot ask them what's their waistline?
I don't know, because it's. I actually don't know.
Because they have the advantage. I cannot change my height, but they can change their waistline by losing.
Because I guess it's like even though it doesn't seem equivalent, it kind of is. Like, it really is equivalent, because it's like girls, they want guys that are taller than them. Guys want girls that have a skinny waist. So it's like it's basically an equivalent thing. But I imagine I think you talk about how like Finnish girls are like kind of arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
I think like not that girls are like arrogant. I feel like they sometimes forget like kind of not what the role, like I don't want to be like one of those like really old fashioned dudes who like they kind of forget the old roles, but it's like I think they just kind of forget like what guys are interested in. Like they think guys are like crazy for like liking like girls with skinny waists, but it's like no, it's like the same as you liking a guy who's really rich. It's literally the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same exact thing. It's just because it's about the body, girls feel insecure about that. Because then they're like, well, I'm not this, so you can't say that. It's like, I don't know, like they
punish you for having your preferences.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we kind of like do the same for them. Like, you don't date me because I'm tall. You know?
Wait. Like, what do you mean?
Like, if she holds it over our heads that we don't date her because she's fat.
Yeah, but that's just stupid. That's just one of those things I think is actually retarded. Like that is the most retarded argument I've ever heard. It's like there's a video on Instagram where it's the same shit. They talk about transgenders. Like, would you date a transgender? And then they're like, oh no, you wouldn't? Well, you're fucking transphobic. It's like, just because you don't want to date someone who's transgender or fat doesn't mean you're like you hate those people. It's just that
preference.
That's not what you want to fuck at night. Like, it's simple as that.
Yeah.
How long has this been?
This is controversial, man. How many topics do you have left?
Oh fuck. Okay. Wow.
How much?
Well, we still have dreams and refugees.
How many minutes have we gone past?
An hour and 8 minutes.
Damn, that's a lot of content.
Yeah, bro. That's a lot of fucking content.
I mean, I would call it like we call it here and make a new podcast. Like, restart.
Just make another one? You want to record another one?
Yeah, man.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is it for episode 7. Thank you guys for listening. We're gonna record another podcast, so I guess it's part 2, but I'm just gonna make it episode 8. So, anyways, thank you guys for listening. Follow my SoundCloud. I sound like fucking rapper that released like one remix and can't.
Hey, check out my mixtape, bro. Give me a chance.
Bro,
I'm upcoming rapping, support the underground scene, bro. Please, nigga, my mixtape, please.
Check out my mixtape at SoundCloud / Little Fatty Dwarf 1 2 3 4. Check it out. All right. Anyways, see you guys.